Hey YouTube, I'm Kenneth Ryan.
I'm Lindsay Resop.
And we're back with another exciting episode of Fanfiction Friday. We're recording in yet another locale, as is how life works.
Although you've seen this one before, back in like the Naruto Maisei Miyazanuki one.
That is exactly where they saw this locale. You saw this location about a year ago. It's
wow.
Literally the same. Oof. My hair's not as long, and we're sitting on the right sides now, so there's that.
Because for some reason I'm always on the left.
Also, it's very echoey. So
it is a little echoey.
Sorry if that gets in the way of your viewing experience, but we are returning to Clockwork today. We're picking up where we left off, which is chapter 25, and it has a new character. So I'm going to voice the new character, because I want to.
And you want to yell, because it's all caps?
I do want to yell. And this is Mary Danielle of Jonto, also known as DJ Mary. Good morning to you all. Our first competitor is Faulkner of Jonto, representing Violet City. A rookie, but nevertheless a formidable opponent. His keen eye never failing him as he hits another perfect bullseye.
He's a rookie. I thought he was here last year and that he was really good. No, wait, he was a new person. Yeah, I remember that now.
That voice was a little strenuous, but it's really fun.
I thought that was another character already.
I don't remember at this point. So that's Mary. That's DJ Mary. Everyone.
Yes.
Finding Green.
More point. Anyways.
Finding Green, who is sitting next to Serge, Sabrina, and Roark, Gold and Silver sat down. Roark, sorry. Silver reaching in his pocket to try finding his spoon for his yogurt. That's how Yoghurt is how it's spelled, and I don't think that's right.
It might. Is it?
It looks wrong.
I mean, usually we don't have the H in ours. I don't think.
Yes. Okay. Well, it looks weird to me.
But I don't know, British.
Shirin stood up at the entrance of the box with the other personal guards. White was also present, chatting with her friend and colleague happily. Green clapped politely as Faulkner reached 3 consecutive bullseyes.
So I guess Silver's not going to be.
I guess not. I guess we just have to watch the competition.
Unless something happens in the next minute.
Probably, honestly.
He's going to walk off with the gold today. Green murmured thoughtfully, resting his chin on the palm of his hand. Chewing on his plastic spoon he had used to stir his coffee in its paper cup. Gold agreed with him. Silver had noticed Faulkner was on very good form today.
On good form.
Yeah. Smiling ever so slightly as he aimed, as if he were shooting for someone. Morty was right down at the front against the glass protection as he watched the blue net.
That phrase.
Why is there glass protection?
It's like a hockey game.
I guess.
I don't know.
Silver smiled. These are like really professional athletes. They're not going to miss aim so badly that it's going to
right?
shoot in the crowd.
They've this is what they've worked.
They might miss the target in whatever direction, but I'm assuming they don't have people sitting directly behind the target.
Well, I mean, when billions of people are at this competition, seating's going to get a little intimate.
True. But at least further back in general.
Right.
Oh, blue net. Silver smiled. It seemed Faulkner had resolved whatever issues he had with Morty. Blonde tapped the glass, gaining Faulkner's attention when his 12th arrow was spent and Lance, with a rather heavy-looking bow, stepped up to take his shots. Okay.
I don't even
whatever
know what
issues
to say
he had
that.
with Morty, Blonde tapped the glass.
What issues did he even have with Morty? There were none. It was like, I like you.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
What an issue.
And they should put the Blonde tapped the glass.
I also love how Lance's bow is heavy looking. So
like his dick.
Probably the innuendo there.
Bows are dick metaphors in this fic, no matter what
Oh,
happens.
and your bow also matches your hair color for some reason. Like, whatever that means.
Shuts. Silver thought it was a bit cute how Morty pawed at the glass. Like a freaking cat. Like it makes my wrist make weird noises.
I heard though, I was like, what is that? Ugh!
Enjoy. Pawed at the glass. Faulkner bounded over after adjusting one of his wrist guards, going right up to the glass to place his slender, small hand against Morty's. The blonde silently telling the archer how well he thought he had done, although you kind of want to be both of these characters. So.
Oh, right.
I could be Morty, otherwise I don't know.
Only if you do the Rick and Morty voice.
I've never seen Rick and Morty.
Then I want to do Morty.
Lance had good aim, but not as good as Unova's enthusiastic Skyla. Who's Skyla?
Name dropping.
Who almost matched Faulkner, but fell short on her 8th onwards arrow. 8th onwards arrows when she fired a rogue, spelled Rouge. Pretty sure the U goes after the G in rogue. Whatever. Arrow missing the target completely. Terribly upset, she had failed to hit another good mark thereafter.
That's so unprofessional, but okay.
I mean, I guess. Hohen Winnoa was tough, but her lack of power caused several of her arrows to fall slightly short, landing nearer to the edges of the target. When both Koga and Janine, they actually did, took their turns, they both did very well, until Janine, nervous, slipped up at the end, disqualified as she had shot well out of the boundaries too many times in a horrible foul. So she's terrible at archery, I guess.
Or she's just nervous. Whatever.
But even nerves at, like, shooting out of the bounds. And she's in, like, the world competition.
Right, I know.
She's been to competitions before this, clearly. She should, I mean, yeah,
she's
whatever.
not that good.
She got disqualified.
I know. Oof. Rough.
Red had, in Silver's opinion, done okay compared to what he had seen the Silent Man do in the training grounds. Knew he hadn't been trying. What?
Wait, can you, what? Had done okay compared to what he had seen the Silent Man do in the training grounds. Knew he hadn't been trying. Hyphen.
Well, that's because that from the horrible foul thing is like a insert, I guess.
Oh.
But it's like, I don't know. The champions rarely did try, according to Surge in the Section A of the tournament. Why not?
What? Yeah, why not?
And didn't Red just win this other thing? The champions rarely tried. Red just won the last event, didn't he? Or he came in, like, second or something.
Yeah, I think he won the race.
I'm pretty sure he won.
He, like, curled up in a ball and took a nap.
Yeah, true. That's what happened.
Oh, my God.
Why wouldn't the champions try?
Right? This is, like...
I mean, yes, they're doing a lot of events at the same time, like, right after another. But they still try because they're trying to win the competition.
Right? Oh, my God.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The champions really did try, blah, blah, Section A of the tournament. There would be more time for them to shine as a leader in Section B, rather than performing excellently in A. The archery ended near midday with the standing as follows. Unova in first, 560 points, Skyla 80, and Aldler 10.
Damn, he sucks.
Kanto in second 10.
Kanto in 10.
He had 10. Kanto in second place, 520 points. Janine/Koga 50, and Red 30. Why do they have two competitors?
I don't know. They just do.
What?
Just let it happen.
What?
Also, I keep looking at the angle, and I feel like it's really awkward.
It is a weird angle.
It's fine.
But it's fine.
My neck looks really long, though.
Hoenn in third, 470 points. Steven 70, and Winnoa 30. Sinnoh in fourth, 460 points. Cynthia 30, and Candace 10.
Damn, Sinnoh, you
Johto
sucked.
in fifth place, 420 points. Falconer 100,
Just
and
Blaze.
Lance 50. They're catching up, but still they're in last, even though he won.
I know. What? What are you doing?
Seems Unova is still the defending lead so far, Green commented, disposing his spoon as he, Gold, Silver, and Red made their way to the indoor stadium for the gymnastics round. Round 5.
Okay.
Gymnastics rounds, round 5. They should at least have like a semicolon or something. Except not a semicolon because that wouldn't work because round 5 is into sentence. Whatever. Sabrina was already there, chalking up her hands and going through some warm-up exercises. Red doing gymnastics. LOL.
Yeah,
Wishing
right.
her luck, the Kanto team traipsed off to the front row stands to watch. They have front row?
I guess.
Gold, having seen Sabrina's leotard, had snickered, wondering if Red would be wearing something similar. Green, flushing at the mental had told him to stop bullying him.
How is that bullying?
It just is!
It's not like I'm saying it's gay in the offensive way.
When did he say it was gay?
Yeah, when he didn't.
He just like, LOL, I wonder if he's gonna wear a leotard like this girl.
Oh.
Stop it, it's bullying.
Boy. It just is. It's not like I'm saying it's gay in the offensive way. And, which, by the way, if I meant it in the good way, Red kinda is if he's dating you.
How, in a good way? It's gay in a good way. Yeah. Garbage truck.
Did they hit my car?
You could be reading this.
I was parked really close to your garbage can. Anyways, Green, not wanting to continue the childish argument, closed off with a girlish huff, leaving the tawny-eyed male to snicker with Surge. Faulkner sat next to Silver, looking relieved his event was finally over. He, however, was fearing Section B the most. I am pathetic at anything considering balls. What does that mean?
Moving targets, I guess, are going to be throwing balls in the air for them to shoot at. You got like a weird hair, like right here.
I got my hair styled for the show I was in, and the hairstylist was like, I've never seen anyone's hair. Like, she was like, most boys' hair starts at a point and spirals out. Your hair goes everywhere.
That's nice.
It was really funny. Oh my god. Faulkner admitted, and Silver, confused, had expected Faulkner to be good at basketball and the whole aiming thing.
Oh, it's a team basketball.
God.
Yeah, I remember this happening now.
I don't. The
There
blue
was
net...
like team events or whatever.
Oh yeah, the blue net had confessed, whilst, yes, he would be able to score points, so he's better than me. It was the method of getting there first that intimidated him greatly. Faulkner couldn't kick a ball to save his life, let alone run with it.
So it's soccer now? He's trying to get
Okay.
it?
That was more of Claire's style and Whitney, whoever they are. Faulkner had also told Silver to look at him. He did look like...
Did he look?
Did he look like the type to be able to withstand a tackle from Lance, Alder, or hell, even Crasher Wake of Sinnoh? He has two first names?
Crash or wake, I guess.
Okay. A beefy man who... I smell like beef.
There was no question mark in there at all, but he's asking him a question.
A beefy man who looked like he could bulldoze through houses in one charge. Silver, laughing, had told Faulkner that Faulkner, if he could move out of the way in time, he would be fine. Faulkner shook his head sadly. I am not an endurance athlete. I have a weak respiratory system, and I sometimes need an inhaler after extreme cardio-type sports. I won the archery at a price. I will be totally useless to my team in Section B. Okay. Silver, after reassuring his friend...
Archery isn't cardio, really. So he won it at a price, and now he can't do anything.
I don't get it. Ay. Silver, after reassuring his friend that he would be totally fine, Silver turned to Gold. Silver, after reassuring his friend that he'd be totally fine, Silver turned to Gold, who was playing travel chess with Surge. The ex-army man was pleasant, and Gold got along very well with him, unlike Sabrina, who found Surge loud and crass. That was a sentence. A smattering of applause for the twins Tate and Lisa of Hoenn as they completed their floor routine. Not many people clapped lest they break the concentration of the athletes.
This is Mary, DJ lady.
An excellent performance by Tate and Lisa of Hoenn's Moss Deep City. We move over to Johto's Morty of Irritate.
Critique.
Oh wait, it's E-C-R-U.
Akrutaic? I don't have no idea.
Oh. Faulkner immediately turned to watch, and Silver did as well.
My boyfriend.
Hard eyes. Gold and Surge paused their game to see how Sabrina watched the blonde carefully, her slanted eyes narrowed in concentration.
They're playing chess.
As the blonde took up his position in his corner of the springy floor. Taking a small run up, the gymnast for Johto sprang off the floor in a somersault before rolling smoothly forwards to rise up on his feet, striking a pose that finished the sequence. Turning, he did a triple back...
He did a somersault and stood up, and that was the sequence.
He dabbed. He was like, I did it.
I mean, he does more after that, but to finish the sequence, he literally jumped, did a somersault, and stood, and it was like, yeah. Apparently. That's what they described at
Turning,
least.
he did a triple backhanded spring, drawing murmurs of approval from the panel of judges.
Backhand spring? Do they mean?
What?
Backhanded spring.
This is such a good chapter.
Who says this? Is he
Faulkner.
saying this, or is he humming
Yeah.
in response to this statement?
I'm gonna say he's saying
Yeah,
it.
sure.
He's amazing. That was not his voice, but I don't care. Faulkner hummed, his gaze soft, watching the blonde man tumble and spring like a ninja.
A ninja.
Flipping and twisting impressively. his lithe body contorting in bizarrely beautiful shapes.
Okay.
Morty paused on one foot, the other raised in front of him slightly as he took his bearings carefully. "Whoa," Gold muttered as Morty bent down fluidly and raised himself up onto his hands in a perfect straight handstand. But he's so gay. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Before flipping back into a bridge to smoothly roll down into a perfect split.
How do you go from a handstand to a bridge to the splits? I mean, I guess.
By being a talented gymnast.
That involves lots of, like, your legs in a bridge, you end up like this, and then while your back is still going like this, you're straightening up. It's like, what? I guess it works. I mean, it can be done, probably, but it probably look kind of strange.
One leg in front and one leg behind. I wonder what the splits are.
Well, you can go sideways, too.
Whatever. To fervent applause from the Jonto supporters. Smiling docilely, Morty stood smoothly. Walking back to a corner, he left chalky footprints, ghost-like on the floor. Taking another run up, he completed a twisting, tumbling flip, landing on his feet in a slight crouch. He flipped backwards, spinning and finishing with a simple handspring.
Why are they describing his performance so much?
Because he's important, obviously.
Because he's another gay couple in the background, and they need to describe his events, but...
They're gonna jump right over Sabrina's, I'm sure. The bell rang to end his performance, and Morty, quiet as ever...
Oh no, they actually kind of do.
Thanked the judge and traipsed...
But none of the other events were described at all, besides like, she missed, he missed.
They suck.
They broke their concentration and messed up the second time. It's like,
right.
Okay. And then this is like, did a flip, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this.
Because he's crazy and good, obviously.
Yeah.
The bell rang to end his performance, and Morty, quiet as ever, thanked the judge and traipsed off to sit on the side.
Again.
As Sabrina took over. Her performance was more rhythm than freestyle, which was Morty's. Every move, Silver noticed, Sabrina would swing her arms in a graceful motion, which Serge called bullshitting for time. Oh wait, who is Serge? I don't remember Serge's voice. It's bullshitting for time in quotes. Just
so
pretend
it's
you
not
said
actually
it.
A word.
Moving and working more on the floor than the air, Sabrina did more groundwork. Duh.
Yes, because she's
That's
working on the
means.
floor.
Using her hands to cartwheel. Okay. It just looks weird as words. And tumble, springing every so often into the air, arcing her back to display flexibility. She finished with a double somersault, and the bell rang. Serge cheered anyway, despite finding gymnastics a rather tame sport. He still respected it. After Sabrina went, Fantina of Sinnoh, a very graceful lady who seemed to dance across the floor rather than walk, she floated. So she dancing, walking, or floating? She held a haughty yet kind air about her, and her leotard was a rich purple.
Rick
and
Morty.
A Rick and Morty purple, and sequined accordingly to catch the light when she contorted her body. Cylon, who had been last of the actual gymnastics before the champions took over, had been very much like Morty, tumbling artfully. He wasn't, in Faulkner's opinion, as good.
And they don't describe any of the champions at all.
Unova in first place, 650 points, Cylon 80, and Alder 10. Alder fucking sucks. Aldler has been getting 10 points.
Wait, how did Aldler... How is Aldler... Oh, he's the champion for them.
He has been doing so bad. Kanto in second place.
The champions don't try.
600 points. Sabrina, 50, and Red, 30. Sinnoh in third place, 580 points. Cynthia, 50, and Fantina, 70. Hoenn in fourth place, 530 points. Steven, 30, and Tate/Liza, 30. Jonto in fourth place, 530 points. Morty, 10, and Lance... Or Morty, 100, and Lance, 10.
So Morty won, apparently.
Morty's very good at what he does. Faulkner seemed pleased that Jonto was catching up. There was a long break of an hour and a half, telling Gold he was off. Telling Gold he was off with Faulkner to find Morty, the amber-eyed male gave him a quick kiss, much to Serge's amusement. God, so much young lovin' hanging around here makes an old war veteran like me feel bad about himself. Laddie trying to make me feel old? Nah, I'm just joking with you. Come on, Watson and Brawley, have this badass beer hat that I totally gotta try.
What was the point of that?
It was all in parentheses. What?
That was his amusement.
Oh my god!
Why couldn't he have just said that? Instead of having you be like, and yeah.
I can't fucking do this anymore. Holy shit. Blushing under his blue-haired friend's gaze, Silver had pulled his hood up over his face to hide
I
himself.
don't have a hood.
Hey, it's not that embarrassing. Faulkner tried coaxing Silver out, but Silver refused.
So he's hiding in his hood right now. You don't understand. No one understands me. No, you don't understand.
Oh
Silver
my
replied, holding down his hood defiantly. I'm actually glad they said like defiantly instead of like definitely, because I hate when people typo that.
I do it all the time.
If it's definite, if they say if they're trying to say defiantly and they say definitely, it's like no, fuck you, no. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's one of the most annoying typos that I ever come across, because you see it so often, and it's like, no,
This is wrong.
it's not even. I mean, it's kind of close, but whatever. It was embarrassing because if he didn't contain himself, he would probably jump Gold there and then if he wasn't careful enough.
Like to have sex with him? Is that what they're implying?
Apparently.
Disgusting.
Because, we kissed, and he's like, hides in his hood. Because he's like, from kissing you, if I don't, like, remove myself from the situation right now, I'm gonna jump you and have sex with you in front of these billions of people in the stands.
That's so out of character and so disgusting.
Yeah.
Ay.
Day 2 of the World Tournament was drawing to a close, with Johto sliding up to third in the track athletics due to both Claire and Lance's excellent performances. They're brother and sister, you know, Morty had told Gold and Silver.
It could have just been lines, but okay.
Yeah, and so we're not, since it's not like an actual quote, we're not doing his voice or anything. Colt had told Gold and Silver much later, when they had watched the athletics in a muted voice. His placid violet gaze was friendly, reminding the two of a droopy basset hound or something. Okay.
That was all you got of the description for that, by the way.
Those were like in parentheses too.
Because now we're back at
so
points.
Much parentheses. Unovin first, 730 points. Drayden 30 and Aldler 50. That's not bad for him.
No.
Kanto in second place, 710 points. Blaine 80, Red 30. Johto in third, 700 points. Claire 100, Lance 70. So Claire did well in track, I guess. And Lance too. Sino in fourth place, 620 points. Cynthia 30, Byron 10. Hoenn in fifth place, 570 points. Steven 30, and Flannery 10. So Sino and Hoenn both, their track athletes aren't very great.
No.
At all.
Red wasn't trying, Gold said, his brow furrowed, noticing the score the champion had received was the same as his gymnastics one, and Erica nodded. Misty and Sabrina, however, seemed perfectly fine with it. Oh god, Sabrina.
I thought they already had track, unless cross country or whatever, and track or
know.
different things in this world.
Sabrina.
What was Sabrina? Who was Sabrina? Was that me?
He doesn't have to try hard in Section A. He does need to though, in Section B.
I feel like Sabrina had a voice.
That's much more tough. Well, I made one up. Sabrina said quietly, sensibly as she combed her hair, looking into a small pocket mirror she carried in her purse. Misty was flicking through her programmy.
Oh, Misty was like high-pitched and kind of ruby. They should be telling our cost soon! Costs?
You can be Janine.
I'm pretty sure I was Janine too, but I forget what Janine sounded like. Oh, well, she'd like the, I know, and they'll be worth nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Janine said miserably, still upset over her first ever tournament and still managing to screw up. Koga patted his daughter on the shoulder comfortingly, placing a small kiss on her head.
You did your best, my little chick. I'm still so proud of you. Janine sighed, still looking sad. Morty sat next to Faulkner, the pair of them very much like a pair of lovebirds, or budgies, as Faulkner scooted close to the blonde man,
budgies.
tucking his legs under himself like a roosting bird. Get it? Because he's a bird Pokemon trainer? Gold had attempted to cuddle up to Silver like Red had with Green during lunch hour, inspiring the press to come interview them on their relationship. Red had mainly said nothing, surprise, surprise, and Green had had a hard time extracting Red from his being as he stammered out words to...
Answers.
From his being as he stammered out answers.
From his being. Like his body.
Oh. To the press, as Red openly groped him inappropriately.
Groped at him inappropriately.
Okay.
But when he had attempted it, Silver had given Gold such a nasty pinch the hawk-eyed male had gone off his tail in between his legs to sit with Stephen and Riley and the ever-moody Volkner, who had stared blankly
Volkner
at Gold.
This is Gold.
What? Gold had asked. And Volkner shrugged. Volkner is different than Faulkner, by the way.
Yes.
Gold sighed and ran a hand through his head, rubbing...
Through his head? It just goes straight through.
Rubbing at his poor pinched arm, dejected. Silver could deal out horrible pinches. They were so painful, it was like receiving an animal bite or a particularly nasty peck from a duck.
What?
Gold didn't like ducks very much. When he was little, one had pecked him so viciously and then chased him, his father had to shoo it away. Volkner turned slightly, regarding his new company with as much interest as a fish would be to land.
Is that a lot of interest or little interest? Are fish interested in land? I don't know.
What happened to this fic? Where are we right now?
Should we do my random, should I be, Faulkner accenting Volkner?
Yes.
I don't know how to do this that great, but Weissel bleu. Weissel bleu.
My boyfriend pinched me.
Apparently it's not very interesting. The pause after was pregnant, and Volkner scratched his nose slowly, bored. They sat together in silence once more. Gold had no idea how the rest of the Sinnoh team could stand such a tedious character as Volkner. Gold stopped rubbing his sore arm. I don't know how to do that accent with these words.
Just try.
Pinch him back.
Pinch him back.
Bach. I'm then going more German than Russian.
I'm fine with that.
Whatever. Pinch him back. The blonde suggested, his voice low, quiet, and immensely jaded. Jaded? Why is his voice jaded? Gold shook his head.
I can't. He'd kick me out of our room.
It's depressing.
I know. This conversation is the fucking worst. Volkner smiled slightly, looking a bit brighter than normal.
I like you. Wait, weren't you from the opening ceremony? Gold nodded, busy folding a random Pizza Hut and barbecue grill leaflet into a paper plane.
The fuck? Does that have to do with anything?
He's folding a leaflet into a paper plane. Well, whatever.
Did Pizza Hut sponsor this fic? Because I'd rather they sponsor our show.
Yes. There was some kind of unspoken rule or mini contest in the stadium where a loud buzz of excitement was brewing. One must fold a paper airplane and throw it, letting it fly. If it landed on the track in the stadium, that person would be declared a legend. In that strange, nerdy sense, Gold had assumed, but still finished folding his plane anyway. What? Apparently there's an unspoken contest where they're all going to throw paper airplanes at the track.
This is so dumb.
These billions of people folding airplanes and throwing them at the track. And if one of them lands on the track, they're a legend, even though 50 billion people will probably make it on the track because there's
billions of people in the audience.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. One would think this was easy if you were so close like Gold, but sound waves from the cheering crowd as round 7's athletes stepped up to the discus cage was enormous. The sound waves was enormous. And it was those sound waves that were what made the paper planes fly haphazardly out of control, swirling in on its flight course and back to the stands.
Is that real? Does that actually...
I don't know.
Because that sounds like...
really loud. It has to be so really loud.
Remember, there are billions of people cheering.
I mean, yeah, sound waves do affect, the air and probably the flight path, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
They'd have to be really loud for it to be as extreme as what they're talking about here.
Oh my fucking god.
The people in the top of the stadium, whilst having a fantastic view, couldn't even begin to compete in the mini contest, seeing they'd be fruitless to try.
Also, I don't think their view's that good.
Yeah, no.
Whatever.
The stronger built ones with the bigger arms would prevail in the discus. Yeah! Discus, Volkner said flatly. Gold spared him a glance before taking aim with his plane and released it, watching it fly, spiraling to land back in the box they sat him. Volkner snorted at the pathetically short flight of the paper plane. So what if you just throw it the opposite direction, then will it go out?
I don't know.
Pointless. I'm getting Hispanic. Kind of pointless. Gold said nothing. Deciding the moody blonde hedgehog wasn't brilliant company, Gold bid him goodbye and slouched back over to Silver, who gave him an apologetic look, looking at the pinch mark he had made. Gold tried to get the pretty redhead to kiss it better. Much to his astonishment, though, Silver did actually kiss it better, albeit a bit quickly. Faulkner was looking away, burying his face into Morty's shoulder, laughing. Flushing a delicate shade of pink, Silver elbowed the brunette. Shut up.
Can't, shan't. What am I doing? Oh my god, that was not the voice. I am Faulkner.
Faulkner.
Can't, shan't, won't. Ha ha ha. God damn it, Silver, love really does make you stupid. Faulkner giggled himself into tears, wiping his eyes on Morty's scarf, yeah. Silver never understood why the blonde wore a scarf in summer.
Fashion.
Duh. Gold swore he did it because he was secretly a vampire and was hiding the teeth marks.
So is Faulkner the vampire and Morty's hiding Faulkner's teeth marks from biting him?
I don't know. Okay, he had been met with blank stares at this one, and Silver had kicked him fiercely on the shins. Cursing and wondering if he was ever going to escape the abuse Silver would bestow upon him, Gold was pleasantly surprised when the redhead allowed him to hold hands in public. It was another big step for Silver, and Gold was very proud that he was trying to change and adapt. However, he didn't want Silver to change too much. He still wanted the Silver
We want
he
him
loved.
back. We want Silver back.
I want him to be how he
I want
was.
him to change.
I want him to go back. This new Silver sucks. That moody little redhead, Gold grinned, watching Red let a discus fly. Green was talking to Brawley and Lenora, two other fellow combat specialists, casually talking about their event and who would go against who first. The handsome brunette stopped, though, to watch the disc fly through the air. Red had a lot of hidden power stored away in his bony, lanky frame. He really is something, that Red, Gold muttered, and Silver nodded, also awestruck by how Red could compete in so many sports and do very well. Faulkner turned to Silver with a question. Red ballot, right?
Yeah. Faulkner said nothing, seeming to be thinking very hard about something. Does he know who he is and that he took down Giovanni?
Probably.
Gold, noticing, asked him what he was thinking about. The brunette shook his head.
It's nothing. I swear I know his name from something else, but never mind. This is me and my dreadful
Morty
fish
speaks.
memory. You don't have a fish memory, Morty said, his voice soft and muffled behind his scarf. The Jonto archer looked at the blonde and reached out to ruffle the fluffy, pale blonde hair. Morty made a small noise of annoyance, batting away the offending hand. Silver checked the scoreboard. The scores hadn't changed much, as now the field events drew to a close. The athletes were given bonus points, from the max being 20 and the lowest being 5, the scores working in multiples of 5 only. Unova in first place, 760 points, Drayden 15, and Aldler 15. Kanto in second place, 740 points, Blaine 15, and Red 15. Jonto in third place, 740 points, Claire 20, and Lance 20. Sinnoh in fourth place, 655 points, Cynthia 20, and Byron 15.
The
Hoenn
only
in fifth place.
scores are 20 and 15.
Hoenn in fifth place, 610 points, Stephen 20, and Flannery 20.
Oh, so it's like, the range it's in multiples of 5, and it's from 5 to 20. And
They only
the
got
only
15
scores
and
are
20.
15 and 20. No one got a 10. No one got a 5.
It's fine.
15 and 20.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
There's a
Page break, so I will take over, I guess. The last event of day 2 was round 8, the Taekwondo and Judo. Jordan does Judo. Green was wearing the white uniforms, sitting on the sidelines as the stadium watched Hoenn's Brawley and Unova's Lenora face one another. They danced about each other, both attempting to grapple their opponent to throw them to the ground. They were evenly matched. Lenora using her size to her advantage, and Brawley using his speed. So is Lenora a large woman? Was that established?
So. I think she's the normal type trainer from Unova, and she's a larger black woman. She's really cool.
Oh. This is the DJ Mary, I guess.
Nice block from Lenora of Unova! Brawley is in good form today, but will he succeed?
Oh,
in
this is your
grasping the
Dumbledore
victory?
voice!
This is DJ Mary, over and out!
This is your Dumbledore voice. That's what it was. I'm like, this sounds familiar.
Timeout was
this
called,
before.
and the two backed down. Brawley immediately going over to grab his towel and dry off. Lenora was talking to her husband, a smallish man, timid with glasses and tuft-like hair. Red had appeared next to Green, Gold fidgeting in his seat.
This is Gold, I think.
I wonder if those two will end up fighting one another. Silver didn't know, but if Brawley beat Lenora, or vice versa, and Red defeated Brawley and Lenora, and Green defeated Lance, the two would end up fighting each other. Cynthia and Maylene, as well as Whitney, had all fallen out of the event first, as Lance had easily taken care of Cynthia. It was one wrong move from the blonde champion, and she had been caught and thrown down. Maylene had been defeated by Red, who had strangely been quite ruthless.
How is that strange? Red is always ruthless in fights. He kicked Gold in the face.
Remember when he fought Green and literally, Green beat Red to, a bloody pulp in college? Remember that plot event? Because it happened. Whitney had been defeated only just by Steven, who had been knocked out by Lenora, and Alder had been thrown off completely and out by Green.
Alder? It's Alder now. It's not Alder this time.
Alder sucks.
Yeah.
What kind of champion is that? Minutes trickled by as Lenora and Brawley came together again, both trying to anchor a good footing down. However, Lenora managed before Brawley could and bodily threw him, pinning him with a strong chokehold. The bell rang out, ending the match, and Brawley got up, staggering slightly as he regained his balance. The dark-skinned woman from Unova bowed...
Sorry, microphone, that was probably
bowed
not
to
a funny
him,
noise.
and he, in return, respectfully, before leaving the taped section of the arena, which was the boundaries in which to fight in. I wonder what the tape means. Thank you. Step over that line, you would forfeit. Thank you! I didn't know that. Oh my god, I don't know how the hell Green is going to defeat that.
Because Green is awesome.
Gold muttered, staring at Lance. Once again, both he and Silver had arrived late, mainly because Gold had managed to coax Silver into a heavy snogging session.
Snogging.
Is that necking? Is that the same as...
kissing, yeah.
So that's necking.
No, snogging is making out.
Oh. Okay, so it's not necking.
No.
Okay. Or parking, as some people call it. Session during one of the timeouts in an abandoned corner and had missed the corridor and had missed the match where, according to Faulkner and Surge, Lance had almost broken a world record. He had defeated Cynthia so quickly. The petite Sinnoh champion was no match for his strength. Sabrina, who was sitting in front with Gardenia, Candace, and Berg, turned to look at the hawk-eyed male. Oh my god.
Who's talking?
We'll do Sabrina, and then you can make up a voice for Gardenia. Judo was built so that smaller persons could defend themselves against larger and stronger opponents. You can be Gardenia. Oh, Gold. Never mind. You should have said that I fucked up.
But that can be Sabrina.
Well, Gold said.
But Sabrina is... You did Sabrina before anyways.
Oh. Yeah, it was also made so that larger, strong opponents could toss smaller persons through fucking walls. Gold said, worried for Green, who looked up at Lance, his expression set and determined. The Jumto champion towered over him, a head and a half taller, with ember red hair and massive
Musculature?
Musculature, that's a word?
Musculature, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's a word, yeah.
The two bowed and took up their stances at either end of the borders. The bell rang, and Lance did not wait like both Lenora and Brawley did. Lunging forwards, Green only just managed to slip by. I think you were Surge, actually.
Probably, but I don't know what his voice would be.
Old military guy.
I thought that was the other dude.
Oh, he's real high energy. Like a power suit.
Green needs to be quick! The longer this goes on for, the hotter it gets! Lance knows he's stronger than Green there, and so won't be wasting no energy on chasing him down. Lance means to tire Pretty Boy out so he can deal that final blow. I'm a crocodile hunter. No.
Yeah, clearly.
That wasn't Australian.
That was good.
It was like I'm gonna wrangle this critter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Surge commented, his eyes narrowed as Green once again artfully dodged a grapple. Red was sitting bolt upright on his stool in the arena sidelines, his mouth twisted in what Silver could only describe as tension. Yeah, okay. The round dragged on, Green continuing to evade. Once he had been caught, but had managed to wriggle free of Lance's grip, backing away as he tried to avoid getting quartered like that again. The rounds were 15 minutes long. If time was up and neither had been defeated, there would be an extra sudden death minute. And if neither had still not been beaten. Okay. The referee and the two corner judges, who would have been observing closely, would declare whichever they saw fit as the winner, normally the one who had displayed the better techniques in both defense and offense. The Kanto and Johto representatives clashed, and Silver didn't know what had happened, but Lance had been pinned. The two struggled for dominance, like tongues in fanfiction. Their tongues struggled for dominance. Green wriggling until he had locked his legs in a cross-legged choke round Lance's neck. The Kanto supporters went wild as the bell rang, only a minute off from time up. Panting heavily, Green helped the Johto champion up, the two bowing after.
Fucking hell, Gold muttered, scrunching his paper napkin up, amazed at Green, who was pushing his sweaty hair out of his face, looking relieved. The semi-final match, consisting of Red and Lenora, did not last long at all. Lenora took a swing, but Red slipped round, tripping her up, using his hip to aid him, flipping her over, and pinned her neatly. You know Red and Green are going to fight each other.
Yeah.
Lenora, totally disoriented, stood applauding Red in astonishment, who had not even broken a sweat. Gold whistled, and Surge snorted with laughter, his large hands adding to the din as he clapped wildly. It was an all-Kanto final for the combat section, round 8. This was going to be worth watching. Red versus
Why don't
Green.
they just give them the combination of points instead of having them fight?
A sad secret.
Red
Red Green, a sad secret, yowie.
This is gonna be interesting, lads! Red's a seasoned fighter who's defended many a title, both legal and illegal. What? And Green is a professional who bets a 50 that Green's gonna win it. Surge slapped the money on the table. Gold reached into his pocket and found a crumpled 20. Sabrina rolled her eyes, muttering about gambling and idiots. Gardania, however, turned and placed her money on Red. Silver shoved Gold playfully. Since when do you gamble?
Playful.
Greeny.
Sorry.
I'm too close to the edge here.
Gold quirked.
Oh, Gold quirked an eyebrow and thumped his chest proudly.
I used to all the time when I was a kid. Played poker and billiards or pool down at the local youth club. I was the best. No one could beat me. I bet Green's going to win this shindig. I know Red is one crazy motherfucker, but I think Green will win. Silver didn't believe him, and Gold messed up his hair, grinning. Silver took a swipe at him, which Gold easily avoided before going about fixing his hair. Gold hung round him, being a pest. I'm a great shot with a pool cue. Don't you believe in my skills? Silver rolled his eyes as Candace, unsure who to bet for, decided not to. Faulkner and Morty bet Red, and Price and Skyla, who had been with Surge, bet on Red and Green respectively. There was about 500 on the seat besides Surge by the time the match had started. Those who had bet on Green would divide the money equally, as if Red won, the same would happen.
And if Red won...
Right. Red, wearing inverted Kanto colors, dark red, dark blue... Dark Kanto, show me the dark Pokemon. Dark red, dark blue, and silver, the away colors, and Green wore the home of gold, red, and blue. The stadium was silent, watchful, as the two prowled round each other. Gold had declared this was going to be the best thing to watch ever, mainly because Red and Green were partners, lovers. Could they beat one another?
Yeah, they can. Trust me, they can.
Silver watched them circle like a pair of lions, ready to rip and tear at each other's throats. Green was being clever, though, using his brain as he allowed his expression to become unguarded, a light, carefree smile that Red loved so much. Red, however, was emotionless as ever. However, his lips were slightly parted. Silver swore that both of them were facing internal dilemmas. I still vote Green, Gold said, grinning, tossing his paper napkin ball up in the air and catching it. Red, down on the floor, narrowed his eyes, calculating Green carefully. He knew Green would use their relationship as a plot to unhand him, but he wasn't going to allow that to happen. Green seemed to have realized this too, and closed up, poker-faced. Red jabbed out, and Green evaded and retaliated. They locked together. Red, this is all one sentence. Red not bothering to use his full strength, knowing that Green wasn't either.
Period.
Twisting out of Green's half-grip, Red backed away. Green advanced. Red could see it in those emerald eyes that Green was excited, wanting to win against him again.
Wanting to go have sex.
Right? Repeating their many fights from so long ago. That was the sentence. Repeating their many fights from so long ago. Okay. Red had to admit back then Green would have been the favorite Green had been the favorite and let him win. However, they've used however like 10 times, it feels like. However, that was the past, and Red decided this time he would win, because Green had won too many times against him. As much as he loved the handsome psychologist/combat specialist... What a fun thing to put on your resume.
He's a man of many talents.
Red had dearly wanted to pay him back for the loss which he should have won. Green had sensed this and was on his guard. They're not even fighting yet!
They are fighting.
But they're not doing anything.
They're just talking, and they're just thinking about this while fighting.
He, in reality, whilst having won against Red, had never truly won, as Red could easily overpower him.
But that's the point of these things. Being able to overpower him is not winning.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Red! Green muttered. That was like a cough clearing throat sound. It didn't sound like the word red. Red. Green muttered, and Red, hearing him, tilted his head to one side. They came together again, attempting to trip the other. Green gritted his teeth, wanting to finish the match. Red dodged the leg that lashed out to hook and pull him down.
Green?
Red. I love you! Green hissed, playing his final card. Playing dirty, as Red hooked him round the waist, momentarily lost concentration, and the brunette grabbed the scarlet-eyed male in a headlock. The two both hit the ground in a tangle of limbs, both of them pinning the other. Stalemate. The stadium erupted. There would be no sudden deaths in the finals of round 8. Thus, it had been a draw. Gold stared, and Silver smirked, as Surge pretty much dealt the money equally out to everyone.
Holy crap. Gold stood clapping. I love you. I know. That would be... Okay, if Han and Leia got into a wrestling match, you know.
Maybe.
That would be... We need to read a Star Wars fanfiction, by the way. Luke and Han. Or Leia and Han. I would love to read a Leia Han. Anyways, Green hissed... Or, wow.
Femdom?
Gold stood clapping with the rest of the VIP box, given a standing ovation. Stalemates were uncommon, seeing as once a person was brought down, it was often hard to get out. Silver and Faulkner stared up at the scoreboard, ready to watch the change of points. The final scores for Section A before the costs for each fallen team member would be shown. Kanto in first place, 920 points, Green 80 and Red 100. Unova in second place, 860 points, Lenora 70 and Aldler 30. Jonto in third place, 850 points, Whitney 30 and Lance 80. Hoenn in fourth place, 710 points, Stephen 50 and Brawley 50. Sinnoh in fifth place, 695 points, Cynthia 30 and Maylene 10. Kanto were now way ahead. The scoreboard flickered and DJ Mary's voice came on over the loudspeakers. Well, this was Section A of the World Tournament, officially over the standings as follows, as Kanto in the lead with Unova and Jonto with only 10 points in difference. Hoenn and Sinnoh bringing up the rear! The moment you've all been waiting for, the lists and costs for the fallen players. Champions, spend your EXP wisely! Flickering off, the scoreboard changed, and Silver watched as each region flipped up on the boards. Kanto, clear, red, green, block, Blaine. Cost, Erica 70, Koga Janine 70-70, Sabrina 60, Surge 80, Misty 50. Jonto, clear, Lance, Jasmine, Faulkner, Morty, Claire. Cost, Price 50, Whitney 50, Bugsy 60, Chuck 60. Hoenn, clear, Steven and Norman. Cost, Roxanne 20, Brawley 70, Watson 50, Flannery 30, Winnoa 50, Tate Lisa 50-50, Wallace 60. Sinnoh, clear, Cynthia, Volkner. Cost, Roark 50, Gardania 50, Maylene 30, Wake 40, Fantina 80, Byron 30, Candace 40. Unova, clear, Aldler. Sometimes he's Alder, sometimes he's Aldler. Alder, Elisa, Skyla, Salon. Cost, Lenora 80, Berg 40, Clay 40, Bryson 60, Drayden 50. Who's Drayden? I don't remember reading him doing anything. Silver looked at Red, who was standing in front of the board with the 4 other champions. One could potentially buy all their players, but that wasn't the point. You only had 6 slots, and if you wanted the better team members, one would have to choose wisely, else they would lose their ranking. If Red wasn't careful, they'd drop from first place. In fact, Jonto was at an advantage, having 5 people on the team for Section B anyway. Champion Red, name your players! Red stepped forwards, staring up at the board. Surge. Excellent! The voice boomed, and the points were reduced by 80 from Kanto. Lance chose to do nothing, leaving them at 5 players. Their points stayed the same. Stephen contemplated his options and brought back only Wallace and Roxanne, Horn's score dropping by 80. Champion Cynthia, name your players!
What does Cynthia sound like and who did her?
Cynthia didn't have a voice. I said I wanted to do her, but I've been doing enough, so you can do Cynthia. She's a beautiful woman, blonde hair, wears black clothing.
I've done too many voices for things that it's like, what haven't I used for people?
Cynthia.
Oh. Mylene and Byron. So now lost 60.
Champion Aldler, name your players.
Lenora!
Lenora.
Unova lost 80. The voice shut off, and the points on the scoreboard had changed dramatically. Jonto in first place, 850
How
points.
is that dramatically?
Kanto in second place, 840 points. Unova in third place, 780 points. Sinnoh in fourth place, 635 points. Hoenn in fifth place, 630 points.
So between first and last, that's a lot of points. So
Okay.
that was chapter 25.
Oh my god.
We're almost halfway there.
Oh,
Almost.
we're halfway there.
Oh, living on a prayer.
That's how I feel with this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, yeah, we finished chapter 25. I'm going to tell you, I never would have ever thought that I would read 2 chapters in a row that were just describing a sporting event. Not in this fic. I mean, I'm
Started
surprised.
out like, oh, they have issues because they were all like abused / almost murdered / suicidal / kind of depressed / kind of
Everything.
psychotic / OCD /
But all of those have been thrown to the wind because all of a sudden this is the most important
love
thing.
heals. Apparently,
This is so, like, I want Agatha to come back because there was a story there.
What
And it's just
happened to
gone.
Agatha's just gone.
She was the main antagonist for a good, like...
I mean, they're out of the country right now.
I know.
I don't know.
But over the course of the first, 15 chapters, Agatha was the main villain. There is no main villain in these last 10 chapters.
Because it's just a sporting event.
Because it doesn't, there's nothing.
And then it's gonna get back, once they go back home, it's gonna be like, oh, Agatha is trying to, murder us again.
It's gonna be a
And
weird,
it's gonna be like, what is happening?
This feels like the filler arc.
Yes.
We're in the
It
filler
feels like
arc.
they should be 2 completely different stories, honestly.
Yes, this feels like an entirely different fanfiction. I don't know. If we look at the show as though it's a 59 episode anime, this whole championship thing, filler. None of
It's
it
a
matters.
filler arc in the middle of the other arc.
Which is really weird because, that other arc
Usually
hasn't
you
been
need
completed.
to wrap up one arc before moving on to the next one. I mean, some things might carry over, yeah. But not like, oh, this is happening. It's just gonna go away quick, so this can happen. And then it's gonna resume.
Hopefully it resumes. We don't even know because neither of us have read ahead. I don't know if you have. I don't.
Why would I read ahead?
I'm completely surprised by everything that happens in this fic. So this is all genuine reactions.
Same.
Which is weird because every time we do a one-off, you've always read them before, usually. But yeah, there's, I don't know. It's very filler, and I'm hoping it wraps up soon. I mean,
Why are you rubbing the coaster on your foot?
Shut up. Anyways. I don't know. There's still over half of this fic left, so there's still over 25 chapters left for us to go
There's
through.
32 or something. 34.
Yes, there's 34
69
chapters left for us. So we'll see. But I don't know. I really don't know. And I guess we're just going to have to jump in and find out. In any case, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we have awesome new content that comes out every week. Leave a fic down below, and we'll read it in between the episodes of this
If we do
fic.
doubles, no matter how long it takes us, we could have this over in
By the end of the year.
in 15 weeks.
By the end of the year. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the greatest. Until next time, stay awesome, read more smut, and we'll see you next Friday with, I think, a new fic or more Clockwork.
I think it's gonna be a one-off, isn't it?
It's one of the two.
We've done it in 3 or 4.
We'll find out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you later. Bye.
Bye.